Hi everybody, welcome back to Free Indeed TV. I'm John, your founder and president, and I'm happy to be here with you. Thanks for joining me. So I want to talk to the kids today. You know, I've reached out to the parents and the general public, but I really want to talk to young people, you know, high school, junior high age, that will understand this conversation. Because I know what you're going through as you're growing up and your body's changing, your mind is changing. You're trying to figure out who you are, what you are, why you are. And although I can't tell you all of those things and make you into something, I want you to know that there's more to the conversation than perhaps you've heard. So let me touch on kind of some basic few areas that I know are that we categorize out there in the world that you're categorized in. First of all, let me talk to the LGBTQ community. Because I know that now in this world today, younger and younger kids are deciding that they're gay or not. And I think that you've not been given the kind of support that you need so that you can come through this with some sort of health in your brain and in your mind, in your heart. I think it's a very difficult decision to make anywhere along the way. And that's why people don't make it sometimes until they're much older. A lot of times kids are afraid because families will throw them out. Your friends will reject you. The kids around you might hurt you. And it's a scary thing. We don't understand why we're attracted to the same gender. And no one can seem to give us the answer. And the hardest part that I found was that everybody that was trying to reach to me was somebody who wasn't same-sex attracted, like you and I are. And that's why I want to talk to you guys, because I do get what you're going through. But I do also know this, that even though the internet is out there and has lots of information as to why you're okay this way and what you should do with it, I think you need to take the time to find out why you're okay and what you need to do with it. And that doesn't necessarily mean following into their footsteps or following their path, because their path does not tell you the end result. Their path cannot tell you where you may run into trouble along the way. So many places want to lead you with pornographic images and the idea that it's all fun and games out here, or that everything is just as normal and common as the world around you, which we call the straight world, because that's what 90% of the world is, right? So if you're looking at a 90% world and you're in the 10, how do you make that happen for you? How do you get some reality that means something to you without isolating yourself within yourself or within that 10? Because you still have to reach out to the world, right? You still have to be a part of it. So maybe there's more. So I want to let you know that there are options. There are other ways to think. There are promising goals that you can have. God doesn't hate you. He doesn't despise you. You're not an abomination. Whatever things you may have heard from the religious side of things, it's not that I don't want you to believe it, but I want you to not believe it. I want you to discover for yourself who God is and how much He loves you. Who you are to Him, for you to understand, is far more important than understanding who you are to somebody who's telling you what's wrong with you, even if it's your parents. So I want to walk down that path with you. I want to help you get to where you want to go. And I want to show you a distinct difference. I don't want you to be condemned away from God because people say that you have to have God their way. That's wrong. And I don't want you to be led off into your death, where they're saying, oh no, just go and do everything because it's all beautiful, and the rest of the world is doing their thing, so you should do yours. I wouldn't do that to my children. I wouldn't do it to you. Because that path will lead you, and there's even kids around you right now that are being led down paths of drinking and drugs, sexual promiscuity, because the fear and the darkness the lack of acceptance, the isolation, the hatred, the shame. You have to do something with it. You have to go somewhere with it. And as you know, in our community, there's lots of suicide because the brain splits. If you won't love me and I can't find love for myself, then what's the point of being here? Well, there is a point, and we will help you with it, and we will love you through it, and we will walk with you down this very difficult emotional road that you have to go. You're not alone. And I don't ever want you to think that just simply being accepted by some people around you because they don't know what else to do is the end all of the answer, because you have a whole life to live. Yes, acceptance is good, but acceptance into what? Acceptance why? And where is it going to send you? And do they even know where they're leading you? Would you trust a blind person to walk you down a windy path, blindfolded? I don't think so. But you trust somebody who's been there, who knows the path, who has the eyes to see, the wisdom to tell you where to turn, where to stop, where to go. And I hope you'll trust us. I hope you'll trust me to come or to get hold of Free Indeed. For you, your friends, it doesn't matter. You don't have to tell me who you are. Text me. I have kids do that all the time. And they ask me questions. How do I love my gay friend? I want to go to church, but I'm afraid that that pastor won't like me. Let me help you with that. Let me show you the right answer. And let me help you with what to say to the people who are saying things that you don't like. You see, I spend a lot of time teaching adults, not that you're not adults, but teaching people who are not like us how to know us, how to understand what they say and how it sounds in our ears. So I spend a lot of time teaching them what not to say to us or how to say it or how we receive it. Well, you need the same information. If you're sitting as a teenager with same-sex attraction, or maybe you're even dating a boy or girl of the same gender, but you still don't know what to do with it, so you're kind of hiding in that relationship, there's still a lot to be learned that you need to learn about how to communicate yourself to the world around you so that they'll understand you. Of course, we know that no matter what you do, not everybody's going to like you or accept you. That's just the nature of the world. I mean, look at people. They hate each other. That's why we're at war, right? I mean, come on. But at least we can help you to be effective where you live so that you don't live under stress and strain and pain and guilt and shame. Those things just don't seem to go away. And as you know, like I've already said, and I'm not trying to be dark here, but it leads to suicide. It leads to cutting. It leads to self-destruction, self-destructive behavior. And sex, as good as you may think it is a self-destructive behavior. So we have to get that right. And I just want to give you another option, just a new way of thinking. At least listen to the wisdom of someone who's been there. Trust me, even though I'm older, it doesn't mean that anything has changed. From the time began, sex is sex. Sexually transmitted diseases are still what they are. In fact, they're even worse than they ever were because there's more of them and they're greater strains and all that kind of fun darkness. But the truth about it is, people are people, and they've always been the same. You can go back, and if you really take the time to focus on what's really going on around you, as you listen to people who are even a little bit older than you, it's always the same. So please understand, I can help you. I want to be with you. I want to show you a new way of thinking, a little bit extra truth, because I've been there and I get it. So thanks for taking the time to listen to me. Give me a call, write to me, send me your questions so that I can answer them through this television channel and be able to share with the world what you're thinking, because your thoughts are someone else's thoughts. And you don't have to come out in front of the camera. You can stay behind it, and I'll get in front and I'll help you. That's what I want to do. I just want to love you. All right? So I hope you have a great day. Thanks for joining Free Indeed TV, and I'll see you soon.